Greetings in the love and light of our infinite creator. I would like to share once again George Van Tassel's The Council of Seven Lights. Now I realize I've made videos on this whole book in the past. That was some time ago. But the urge came upon me to listen to the audiobook once again. And then the thought occurred to me, rather than do that and be a passive agent in that incredible work by George Van Tassel that was written back in the, I think, early 1950s, The Council of Seven Lights, I decided that I would read the book again and, make some other videos about it. Whatever, I don't think anybody's really keeping track or anything anyway. However, this time around, at the onset, well, I'm going to read the introduction here in just a second. I never shared this fact about why this particular book is important for me in my own personal divine matrix, my divine cosmology, if you will, as one of the important planets, if you will, like, something important, monumental. This is an important book for me. I can distinctly remember it was before August, because I count my awakening starting August 11th of 2021. Not saying that I never had any other kind of epiphanies or lived with any amount of consciousness in my past, but this is where I distinctly remember things became much more visceral, much more real, for lack of a better word. But prior to that August 11th, I can remember coming across this George Van Tassel on YouTube in audio book format on the Giving Voice to the Wisdom of the Ages channel. If you can remember that, I highly recommend to look up on YouTube Giving Voice to the Wisdom of the Ages, that channel, and that person who reads these audiobooks. I mean, there's this incredible amount of works. This person has a very nice voice. He's a professional reader, unlike myself. Meaning that it's just a very pleasant, even tone without any kind of mistakes with pronunciation or any oddities with voice modulations or anything that I'm want to do. But hey, folks, I'm a work in progress. But anyway, I never shared this fact. When I discovered this work, I remember hearing this. It was 2 or 3 in the morning. I couldn't really sleep or anything. I was just somehow in inner turmoil. And when I started listening to this audiobook, George Van Tassel's The Council of Seven Lights, it melted me inside. Somehow I just knew that the veracity of the words I was hearing, it just gave me so much, comfort. It's an odd book. It deals with our ET, our galactic neighbors. George Van Tassel, his book, The Council of Seven Lights. I'm going to read the introduction here shortly when I stop rambling. But it melted me inside. I remember being in tears. Tears of just some kind of deep joy, some kind of deep oh my God, I've been, it's just things started in my mind beginning to click about what was really important in life and what, but it's a fantastic work with just incredible events described. George Van Tassel's The Council of Seven Lights. So without further ado, I'm going to read the introduction to that work and beg your forgiveness if you've already seen me read this before. However, hopefully I'll do a little bit better job this time. So without further ado, here is George Van Tassel's The Council of Seven Lights, the introduction. Parapsychology has proven that the transmission and reception of thought is possible and a scientific fact. The information in this book is the result of a developed ability to awaken the nearly dormant consciousness to thoughts existing throughout time. Nothing can be thought of that has not been thought of before. The principles of radio, television, electricity, flying, and all of the modern things existed in the time of Plato and Columbus. All of the principles of everything that can ever be already exist in the infinity of universal mind. Source. The ability to penetrate mind requires practice. In practicing the act of awareness, I found that intelligence exists throughout the universe. My first contact with the organized intelligence of other places revealed that the intelligence manifested on the earth is in the kindergarten stages. My penetration into the superconscious mind revealed an eternal record of infinite laws. Thinking is not something one does. Thinking is the act of becoming aware of what already exists. Let me read that one more time. Thinking is not something one does. Thinking is the act of becoming aware of what already exists. One does not try to think to become aware. One only has to remove his own thoughts, and then the universal mind rushes in to fill the void. The introduction of any new thought is usually accepted by those who understand its potentialities and rejected by those who do not comprehend its portent. This often leads to controversy, which is the needed stimulant that brings individuals to the use of their own thought power. This book is not written with the intention to present anything radically new to the reader. It is written to revive that which has become nearly dormant within his individual power of conception. One would be utterly foolish to try to explain a subject using scientific explanations to another who is not interested in or doesn't understand scientific terms. It would be equally unimpressive to appeal to one from the religious viewpoint if he were not interested in religion. My desire in presenting this book is to pass on that which makes sense to my reasoning faculties in the hope that others can gain something of lasting value from it. The materialism of the present society of the masses is evidence that even the most unreligious of individuals has a desire to worship something. So he worships matter. The materialists think they are the more advanced people in an otherwise scientifically ignorant society. The most devout religionists lean the other way and believe their heavenly point of view is the correct way. Actually, both are wrong and both are right from a neutral point of view. I am attempting to present this book from the middle viewpoint. If it appears that I am leaning one way or the other, the reader may take into account that perhaps he or she is biasing his opinion on his own tendency to lean one way or the other. Now, the best way to really understand anything is to examine your own opinion from the opposite point of view. This book is an attempt to present to science and religion the facts that each are integral parts of the other, and both are the same one from opposite concepts. A wall is a wall, regardless of from which side one looks at it. On one side of this wall is written the history and achievements of science, and on the other side one can read the records of the various religions. There is only the one principle of creation, but there are many roads to finding this grand principle. Religion presents its many roads to the people, each sect presenting its approach as the only one, with the fanatic condemnation of all other religious roads. The many divisions of science each profess their findings as the eternal verities. Religion presents God as the infinite being, and science presents the manifestations of God which have been recorded with the five senses. In the unthinkable vastness of the infinite universe, the earth is only a tiny speck of matter inhabited by parasites called humans. The people depend upon the earth for their sustenance, the same way as any parasite depends upon its host for life. Religion is the art of living now. A true religionist knows how to live without infringing upon the rightful living of others. The professors of religion propound spirit as something you become after your death. Actually, the spirit of you is here now, and your God is determined by the way you live in the flesh body, so as to manifest spirit now, here on earth. The consciousness of every individual contains all of the records of every act and personality that the individual has ever done or been. To admit that many of the thoughts I received were given by other identities would be true. Yet the further truth is that I have been all of these other identities. Reincarnation is a misnomer. All that one has ever been or will ever be, he is now. Everyone has always existed since the creation. Whether one accepts the limits of one lifespan here on the earth or this life and hereafter somewhere else is of no concern. One cannot honestly believe in a hereafter without believing in a before. This schoolroom on the earth is only a brief experience in eternal life. One must first understand himself, then he may understand his fellow man. If this is accomplished, then one is at the doorway of understanding God. O man, you have made laws to avoid using my laws. Confusion, chaos, and war are the results of man's ideas, opinion, and assumptions. Light alone is the essence of truth. Truth alone is the essence of wisdom. Wisdom is the essence of knowledge. Knowledge is the essence of life. Only through knowledge can man express wisdom in action. I have given man life that he might demonstrate my knowledge through action and wisdom. I extend the concentration of my light to those who are demonstrating my laws. O man, in living my life, in breathing my breath, establish within yourself the solidarity, the contentment, the bliss of living rightly, that I may know, that I may feel the glorious pulsation of the being of you. In speaking my words, let them ring clear. Let them be dear and near to you that others may understand. Realize I am not the expression of self. I am only the boundless, unselfish utterances of the heart and the soul that sees me and others. None can bring about the workings of my laws unless first they have established their right within my light. Reach not for golden prizes of desire, for they shall reflect the light. Look not into the mirrors of space, for eyes that see are blind to me. And though the prize be golden, my light does not reflect. Express the being of me in life. Extend me in the action that I may feel the thrill of doing for another whose need is great, that I may know success in manifesting you to bring about the me in others, that their eyes may see through thee to me, not reflection, not illusion, but the purity, the reality I have instilled within the you of me. So that was the introduction to George Van Tassel's. And obviously, when I kind of went into this, starting with, what part was it? You know, sounding like I was God or something. So that was actually the part that starts with, "O man, you have made laws to avoid using my laws. Confusion, chaos, and war are the results of man's ideas, opinions, and assumptions." So that is Source speaking. That's what George Van Tassel, to channel, I guess. But that is Source saying this, starting with, "O man, you have made laws to avoid using my laws. Confusion, chaos, and war are the results of man's ideas, opinion, and assumptions. Light alone is the essence of truth. Truth alone is the essence of wisdom. Wisdom is the essence of knowledge. Knowledge is the essence of life. Only through knowledge can man express wisdom in action. I have given man life that he might demonstrate my knowledge through action and wisdom." I'm reading this again because it's profound. "I extend the concentration of my light to those who are demonstrating my laws." So that in and of itself right there explains the Christed extraterrestrials and why soon the reality will be, the Christed extraterrestrials and their light ships and their advanced technology, all that goes hand in hand with their spiritual development. Highly developed spiritual entities live more fully with the wonders of God's creation, to put it in my words. But that's what that's saying. I extend the concentration of my light to those who are demonstrating my laws. If you live right, you're going to get all these wonderful gifts. Oh man, in living my life and breathing my breath, establish within yourself the solidarity, the contentment, the bliss of living rightly, that I may know, that I may feel the glorious pulsation of the being of you. In speaking my words, let them ring clear, let them be dear and near to you, that others may understand. Realize I am not the expression of self. I am only the boundless, unselfish utterances of the heart and the soul that sees me and others. Yes, recognizing unity consciousness, source fractals of God, every aspect of life. Everything is alive with source. None can bring about the workings of my laws unless first they have established their right within my light. Reach not for golden prizes of desire. That's how about 2/3 of mankind, that's what they're living under. Everything's want, you know. I'm not saying I'm any different, but I'm just pointing it out and recognizing the dynamic. Reach not for golden prizes of desire, for they shall reflect the light. Look not into the mirrors of space, for eyes that see are blind to me. No, that's a deep one. I'm not sure how I would. Look not for eyes that see are blind to me. Maybe someone can tell me what that means. And though the prize be golden, my light does not reflect. Express the being of me in life. Extend me in the action that I may feel the thrill of doing for another whose need is great, that I may know success in manifesting you to bring about the me in others, that their eyes may see through thee to me, not reflection, not illusion, but the purity, the reality I've instilled within the you of me. All right, so that was the introduction from George Van Tassel's this Council of Seven Lights. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'll just read the introduction and I'll have a new thought tomorrow morning when I wake up. Anyway, namaste, namaskaram.